Hello everyone. Today I'm going to describe some tasks and responsibilities expected for product owners. These are some friendly notes I prepared for junior product owners that are starting in this new role. Well, I'm not going to elaborate on all the responsibilities and all the tasks expected by a product owner. Today I'm going to talk about the vision, the team, the user stories, and the release planning. Well, and let's start with the vision. The vision is really important in the role of the product owner because it sets what the team needs to do. Let me elaborate a little bit more on this one. Well, we know that the principle of self-organization is what gives the power to every agile software development team, like the Scrum teams. However, what is critical to the success of our product is if the team is building the right thing or if the team is walking in the right direction. So it is the product owner responsibility to make sure that the team understand the vision of the product and so then they can find the correct direction. Well, Roman Pichler and Peter Senge stated in a different way. Roman Pichler said that the vision should communicate the essence of the future product in a concise manner and describe the shared goal that provides the direction. And Peter Senge said that a shared vision isn't just an idea, it is a force in people's heart. So as you can see, the vision is something that is really important in every IL development team, and it is the product owner responsibility to share the vision for the team. Well, but how can we create a vision? There are many ways we can create a vision. But if this is your first time as a product owner, well, maybe you don't know in this moment the different patterns we have for creating a vision. Here, I try to bring one that is very simple. And first, you need to know that a vision should be short and it should pass the elevator test, but at the same time, it needs to be memorable. In the vision, you can talk about your target customer, the need or opportunity, the product name, product category, the benefits. You can also describe the competitive alternative and how your product is different from it. One example is the vision for the iPod. Using this pattern, the vision can be like this, as you see in the presentation in the yellow rectangular. Well, for music lovers, it is for music lovers who want their music on the go. The iPod is an MP3 player that offers intuitive playback functionality, unlike the Sunset disc. And our product is easy to use and syncs with our integrated music library, the iTunes. Well, as you can see, it is short, but it shows what we want to do with an iPod. Well, we mentioned the customers, the needs and opportunity, and our differentiator as well. But now that we are talking about the team and the importance of the team, I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more on the collaboration between the team, the Scrum team, and the product owner. The collaboration of the product owner and the team is essential because the product owner is the voice of the what. However, the team, the development team, is the tribe of the how. So if the product owner show the team what we want, the team is a technical expert who will show you how to do it. So collaboration, with collaboration, we create the value. Well, in the day-to-day sprint activities, it is required that the product owner is available to answer all the team's questions for clarification when they request them. And as the team matures and your product matures with the time, The requirement of the product owner to solve these questions and will increase as they want more and more details of the product. Well, now I told you that the product owner needs to be available at any time. However, I choose four different events where the team and the product owner collaborate. For example, one is in the definition of done. Well, and one of the ways that the team and the product owner set the basis of their collaboration is when they negotiate the definition of done for the end of the sprint. Another is in the sprint retrospective. And you know that the sprint retrospective is one meeting that we use to adapt and reflect about the work we have done this sprint. So it is expected that at time the discussion will hinge on the product owner responsibilities. So the product owner should attend this meeting when he is invited by the Scrum Master to discuss and collaborate how to improve for this next sprint. Another event where the team and the product owner collaborate is during the backlog grooming. The product owner and the team should be meeting at least once per sprint to prepare for future sprints. In the session can include other members of the user community, and what they do is to collaborate in writing the user stories for the next sprint. And finally, the product owner and the team and collaborate in the sprint review. And it is an informal workshop to inspect and adapt. And together, they discuss the review of the sprint goal versus the sprint outcome. And they demo the functionality delivered. And they focus on if it fits the purpose of the sprint or the product and how the product could be improved. They discuss the challenges, technical challenges. And finally, they choose the next sprint goal. Well, and we have talked about the vision, the importance of the vision, and the importance of the collaboration between the product owner and the Scrum team. Now we're going to focus on the Scrum team responsibilities. For example, the user stories. Well, and the responsibility of the product owner is to have a prioritized backlog and that includes the business requirements. So the product owner is accountable for filling this product backlog with business requirements, but in the way of user stories. And the stories should be as small as possible, and they can be expressed using this pattern. As a user, I want some functionality so that I can get some business value. For example, as a regular shopper, I want to delete items from my cart so that I can get the items I really want. So we have the user role in our application that is the regular shopper, the functionality that he wants. I want to delete items from my cart. And the business value that he gets is that he can get the items that he really wants. Well, but if our user story is short, what about if we want to add more details to this? So the details are in the test. As I told you, and the user story should be as short as possible. So when we want to add details, and we can use test descriptions. And a good pattern for describing the test is given a starting criteria, when some event happen, then I can get one outcome. For example, in the user story, as a bank customer, I want to withdraw cash from an ATM so that I don't have to wait in line at the bank. If I want to add more specific details, for example, what happens if the ATM doesn't have cash or if your account doesn't have cash? Well, we can describe the details in test descriptions. Okay, for example, one scenario is that the account is in credit. So your test can be like this. Given the account is in credit and the card is valid and the dispenser contains cash, when the customer requests cash, then ensure that the account is debited and ensure the cash is dispensed. and ensure the card is returned. Another example of a test is in the second scenario where there is insufficient cash in the dispenser. So your test can be like this. Given the account is in credit and the card is valid and the dispenser does not contain enough cash, when the customer requests cash, then decline the transaction and ensure the card is returned. Well, before taking one user story to the backlog, it must be ready to be included in the past in the backlog. There are some criteria that I'm not going to elaborate in this presentation, but if you want, you can leave a comment, and I will try to elaborate on the criteria. Okay, finally, I want to talk about the release. Now that we talk about the stories that we're going to include in our backlog, how do you plan a release or a sprint? Well, and first you need to remember that we work in by increments. Every Scrum team, Agile team work with increments. So as a PO, we want to start by describing the bare working features, um, and then slowly add more details as we go. Well, this is different from traditional development and where we used to work in phases. And this allow us to get a feel of the whole system end to end as quickly as possible. Well, and as you can look in the picture, we start by just describing the bare working feature, and as the time go, we can increase more, we can add more and more details. What we want is to get a walking skeleton that demonstrate the full set of functionality while limiting the depth of the individual features. Well, and how can we do that? Well, there is something we call the story mapping. But what is that? A story mapping just provides us with a way of conceiving the entire product or service as a series of tasks that the user completes. Well, it involves or it is in building a grid of user stories that are presented under some headings that represent the features or the user experience moving through our product. Well, in the picture, and we can see um, at the top the backbone, which are those headings that I'm talking about. And then the stories should be ranked in order of necessity below the functional groups where they represent. Well, here we can see in the picture that we have the high level features of our product, which is our backbone. And then it is broken down into component user stories. We can see at the top our walking skeleton that are the bare stories we need um, to show the function of our product. And then the rest of the stories is the meat of our human body. Well, and we choose from the top rows our user stories, which is the backbone, and all the stories we need to achieve a relief of the software that take us through the whole application end to end. And well, and in the stack, we can see that in the first stories, which are our backbones, sorry, our skeleton, are prioritized. So these are the ones that are going to be our first release, and these are the ones that we're going to estimate first. Okay, well, this is everything for today. These are just friendly notes for new product owners. And well, I hope that you have liked this video. I will continue creating more content on Agile roles, Scrum roles, so you can, and it can help you in your career development. Well, I really thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye bye.